Welcome to International Recognition Live. Today we've got Pablo Toledo and Ana Machado together with us. Pablo, can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
So I am Senior Assessment Services Manager for Southern Cone and Andes for Cambridge University Press and Assessment. That's quite a mouthful.
And what does that mean?
So what does that mean? So I work for Cambridge and for what we call Southern Cone and Andes, which is South America, everything south of Colombia except for Brazil. So basically, what I do is support institutions, teachers, and policymakers, etc., on anything that has to do with assessment. This covers anything from teacher training to working with schools to working with ministries to all kinds of other things.
Thank you. And what about you, Ana?
Well, I work as an English coordinator at Liceo Elbio Fernández. I'm actually the coordinator in secondary levels. So that means supporting students, teachers, and of course, dealing with the many different programs that we have regarding English. And we work specifically with Cambridge English.
Okay, so both of you are related to Cambridge English as well as we are at the Anglo. And the main thing is, why Cambridge English?
Well, why not? So I think, well, probably she's better qualified than me to answer because anything that I say is going to be, well, he works for Cambridge. But I think the thing that makes Cambridge unique is we have, for a very long time, I mean, the first Cambridge English exam, exam of English as a sort of English language specifically, was in 1913, a kind of a long time ago. So a great-great-grandfather of proficiency. It was actually called Certificate of Proficiency in English. That's where the name came from. So we started from the top and we built our way down. But since that moment, we have been, and it's been a while, 113 years and counting, we've been integrating learning and assessment. So the focus has always been in different ways, depending on the ideas of the times, depending on how things progressed. If you look at that 1913 exam and what we do today, you would panic. I mean, that exam was particularly, by today's standards, we wouldn't do it, but that was a long time ago. But it has always been about, our goal is to help people learn English and prove their skills to the world. And that has always been the focus, to enable people, to give them better tools to learn English, to help teachers, institutions, learners make as much progress as they can, give them the best tools. And then at the end of that journey and all along the journey, to provide like these milestones and certifications and things that can guide the way and that can help you and that can help any learner prove and sort of get recognition for the work that they have done and for the achievements that they've made. And that bringing everything together, I think, is like the spirit of Cambridge, is the thing that makes Cambridge Cambridge.
And can you see that impact at Escuela and Liceo Elbio Fernández?
Definitely. Our school has a very long-standing tradition, and for many years it has been a bilingual school, and we have trusted Cambridge all along in our journey because we believe that it provides a clear pathway throughout guiding students when it comes to learning confidently. Going through these different milestones throughout their educational journey is really important. Our school actually has young students from their primary years up until university levels. And we trust Cambridge with guiding throughout this journey.
Mm-hmm. And we've been working together for a very long time, together with the Anglo. And what has changed? I think one of the main words might be flexibility. Would you say that has changed?
Definitely. Our school is a preparation center of Cambridge, the Anglo, of course, and this has made like such a huge impact on the way we teach English and the way that we provide students and families with a clear way in order to guide students. I think one of the best things that Anglo has provided us with support is everything connected to exam administration. We actually take the exams at our facilities, and Anglo guarantees that. I think that that offers families and students confidence because they're doing it in our own facilities, and we have also had flexibility when it comes to dates of exams, so that it really matches our academic calendar, which is pretty busy. So I think relying on both Cambridge and Anglo has really helped this flexible journey that we aspire to have.
That's true. Something that has also changed is when we think of access arrangements. Yeah, that we used to have a few, but now we've got lots. That we also call them special arrangements. How important are these for preparation centers and for students?
Massive, and it is very important to our mission at Cambridge too, because basically the thing that we want to do is look at how well people can communicate in English and so basically their communicative competence in English is what we are looking at. Whether you can see or not, whether certain kinds of presenting information are a challenge to you or not is completely irrelevant. So since the very early days, we have started integrating things like Braille versions. We started with the big ones, let's say the obvious ones. So things like Braille versions or versions, what can we do for people who have difficulty hearing? Or what can we do for people who have the motor skill, mobility issues? I mean, like, how can we do a writing test for someone who has issues with the mobility in their hands, with the coordination? Things like that. And as our awareness of neurodiversity and the diversity of learners and how, from a pedagogical perspective, we can cater to them has developed, we are sort of developing with that. We are developing along with that.
Yeah. Have you seen these developments as well?
Yeah, definitely. We're a very big school, so we need to cater for the needs of everyone. Hundreds of students sit for Cambridge certifications every year. And Anglo has really given us the opportunity to have a dialogue, to kind of think together which are the best alternatives that Cambridge offers for students. And we have found that through conversation, we can really expand these exams for every student. Every student can take these exams if they are well guided. And the support that the Institute has given us, and of course the opportunities that Cambridge offers, really cater for this.
Finally, a question about teacher training. Yeah. What can you tell us about that regarding Cambridge? What does Cambridge offer?
Well, we do a lot. And we do a lot of things directly, and we do a lot of things through our centres. So, and this is really important, this relationship between Cambridge and centres, because most of the times, the contact that schools have, preparation centres, learners have with Cambridge in assessment comes through contact with the centre. So whether something comes from the Anglo or from me directly or someone else in Cambridge, it's part of the same package. So because we are a global organization, there are things that we do online, like we do webinars and online sessions and online events for preparation centres, events around different areas. There is work that we do that doesn't necessarily impact every preparation center, but it's more around very specific things. And then sort of the part where I come in, which is supporting schools directly in things like many events that we have done together. Many times I've been here in Uruguay, or when I travel, when I say that I cover Southern Cone and Andes, it means Colombia, Peru, Chile, Ecuador, Uruguay, Argentina. All of those countries I visit on a regular basis, and I visit schools directly. I have conversations with coordinators and heads. We talk about sort of how assessment is working for them, what they are doing with it, how it could help them more. I work with teachers in workshop sessions, etc. There is a lot of support that we do through our consultants, through our center managers, through our center teams. So we try to be there every step of the way for learners, but also for teachers and institutions.
Yeah, which is so important because teachers are the ones who are working with and
Exactly.
learning together with students.
And because there are such flexible needs, we try to do it in all kinds of ways. I mean, we have things like self-access courses, but then we have but then some people prefer that and it matches their timing. For other people, it's more about, no, I would like a workshop where I can just sit down and do it the old-fashioned way. Let's go old school. We try to do as much as we can for as many people as we can reach.
Anna, have you had any experience like this at your school?
Yeah, we have. Actually, what I find really interesting about what Cambridge has to offer is the platform for the preparation centers. We can, as exam administrators, we can take a look at the results of all students and actually make a diagnosis of the areas that our students need to work on. This is something we have worked along Anglo throughout these years, and we have accessed certain opportunities for teachers as professional development. For example, we have had sessions regarding writing skills, which is an area we have identified as an aspect to improve. So the fact of really knowing the results of our students and actually taking action along Cambridge and Anglo has really helped us as an institution.
That's music to my ears, because this is actually going full circle. This is, I mean, exams are, any kind of assessment is, I always compare it to a GPS. A GPS can tell you where you are, but you also use a GPS like on your phone to know how to go where, how to get where you want to go. And assessment is as good as the use that you make of it. This is not something that this is not my idea. This is something that I borrowed from an American assessment expert called Stephen Siresi. He said, imagine you go to a doctor, the doctor tells you to get an X-ray so that he's going to diagnose you and give you your treatment. You go to your doctor with the X-ray in your hand, and then the doctor takes the X-ray, doesn't look at it and says, okay, what we are going to do is this. Would you like that doctor to be your doctor? Now, what happens with a teacher or with a school that takes an exam or some kind of assessment and processes it, sort of gives you a grade, prepares like a beautiful chart with all of the numbers and letters there, but then doesn't act on it, doesn't analyze the results, doesn't sit down with students, doesn't change the focus of, okay, which is the area we are being very effective on? Are we being really effective on all of the levels, or is it just that with the primary school kids, we are being very good at listening? But then as they move on into, and they take other exams later on, they're not that great. So what is it that we are changing that could be better? Or we are being really effective here. What can we do? What can we learn from what we have done here? Or writing. Okay, if writing is not where we would like it to be, we know what to focus on. That is what assessment is meant to do. That is what using assessment properly can do for you. If not, it's a really boring way to spend a Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. See you soon.
See you soon, and you too.